Testing, testing, testing. Are we alive? Well, of course we're alive, but are we live? Well, looks like there's a delay. Come on, computer. Testing, testing. Yep, it's working. Alright, man, so Royal Guard MC already dropping bombs. What good is free lunch if you can't eat it? Understand the logic, but dumb it. I mean, yeah, exactly, man. What's up, Mr. C Long? So, this isn't gonna be a long live. I've got a lot of shit to do this week. Like, oh man, I've got a lot of shit to do for the next 30 days. But you know what I'm saying? Going back up to Michigan next month, you know, to see the homeboys. You feel me? Because there's certain stuff that must be discussed in person. You know, the internet is convenient. You got high-speed messaging, high-speed video calling, but certain shit must be discussed in person. Man. Anyways, all that shit aside, this isn't going to be a long live. I was going to make this in video format originally, but I figured I would give people, you know, give my usual critics a chance to disagree live if they've got anything in response to what I'm about to say. So, you know, I got home from work, you know, I'm chilling, you know, I'm playing a game before I go to sleep. You know, and I'm checking my Discord messages, and shout out to Two-Face, you know, and he's not the only one that says this, but it's crazy because on the internet, on YouTube, you know, people complain that I don't directly answer questions. Who the fuck is texting me? Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, on the internet, on YouTube, a lot of people, especially people that are new to my channel, they complain that I don't directly answer questions. They complain that I don't go into detail and give specific answers. They complain that I don't give them enough free lunch. But my friends say the opposite. They say that I say too much on YouTube and that I give the cattle, you know, too much free lunch. So I kind of wanted to just talk about that real quick. So I made a couple of videos where I broke down the intellectual hierarchy, and essentially it goes with why there is this, you know, contradiction, right? Somebody who's at the upper levels, they can hear a little bit and get a lot from what they just heard. Somebody at the lower levels like B, C, and D, you could tell them the secrets of everything and they won't comprehend anything. I think Einstein said it best, ironically. Stupid people complicate simple things, and intelligent people simplify complicated things. And it's just that. Hey, look, it's Kirby. Yeah, I say just enough information, and the right people that get it. And the people that get it, they'll take the little bit that they've heard, and they'll use that little bit to figure out more information on their own. Because that's what this life is about, man. You know, the people that don't get it, they think I'm exaggerating, or maybe they don't have enough real life experience. You guys gotta understand, we live in a very cutthroat world. I'm not running for president, man. Get the oh man, Bryce is trolling me. Nah, man. All jokes aside, right? You guys gotta start being honest about the type of world that we live in, right? If somebody has an incentive, it doesn't always have to be monetary, right? Because that's another thing people kind of criticize me on. They think everything is about money. Which I'm going to make a video specifically talking about the everything's about money conspiracy that is popular among the sheep, right? But it doesn't have to just be money. You know, it could be because, you know, you have something that the other person wants. But if somebody has an incentive to deceive you, they probably will, okay? This is why you have to get to a level to where you're either finding out information on your own fully, or if you still need to rely on other people to some degree, you can take a little bit and hear a lot. So Honestly, I would agree with my friends. I probably do give too much information away on YouTube, but as of right now, it hasn't been an issue. Just enough of the right people get what I'm saying, and they've taken that information to go further. And a lot of the people that just don't get it, I don't understand why these guys still watch my channel. The people that don't get it, they keep trying to get me to talk about specific things and give them free lunch and answer questions directly. I don't understand why they don't just go to another channel, but I digress. The last 3 videos in particular pissed a lot of people off, but also made a lot of people happy. And it's really fucking, it's so fucking ironic, man. The most intelligent people in the world, they're in a state of constant self-reflection. They're always analyzing what they're doing wrong. They're always analyzing what they can do better. They're always admitting to their flaws. This is why they stand above the other 99.999% of humanity. Whereas though the orcs, the sheeple, and the people that don't get it, they walk around thinking they're not doing anything wrong, that they're not doing anything inefficiently, that there's nothing to improve, and then they wonder why they don't improve, right? I had some people comment on the first video, man, I'm S tier because I know everything. And it's like, no, you don't, man. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. You have no idea how much you don't know. But, yeah, exactly, Steve. Why the fuck would I run for president? Who said that? Who said that? Bryce Luxton, man. I'm not running for president, bro. I'm not even registered to vote. So, my senior year in high school, when everybody was turning 18 and they were all celebrating, yeah, we can legally vote now. I was the only person, well, I mean, I couldn't vote my senior year anyways because I was 17. Everybody else was 18 and I was 17, but I was the only one that's like, yeah, I'm not voting. I'm not registering to vote. And fucking 13 years later, I'm still not registered to vote. When I was doing my taxes, they were trying, hey, you should register to vote. It would be a very good blah, blah, blah. I'm not voting. So how can I run for president if I'm not even registered to vote? Nah, Kirby, that's the, emphasis on at the most. Yeah, because, I mean, B tier is like the limit, right? B tier is like the upper limit for most of the cattle. Most people, because B tier is like, the Snoop Dogs, the Einsteins, people that have like 160 IQ, but, people that are geniuses compared to regular people, but they may have a core belief that they refuse to abandon that permanently blinds them from going further. Einstein, for example, I think he started off as an atheist. Then as his lifespan was coming to an end, he started to believe in God. And, that was pretty much the end of his life, right? So, maybe, Kirby, maybe. Nah, I get it, though. This shit's not complicated. Most people should be at the B, but then again though, right, if everybody's B tier, nobody's B tier, because what would happen if everybody gets it, right, if everybody is at the top, nobody's at the top. Even if everybody gets to that level, there's still going to be a hierarchy, because most people will become content with the knowledge that they've already learned, and the people that are obsessed with learning more and going further, they'll eventually be, get to the top of the hierarchy, even if everybody does get it. So, but nah, I get you, Kirby. You want everybody to be intelligent, and so do I. But unfortunately, we don't live in Wonderland. So, yeah, C-Long, man, yeah. You gotta cut off weak energy, and you'll be astonished at how quickly you attract stronger energy to replace them. Exactly, Steve. Would you vote for Donald? Like I said, Bryce, I'm not even registered to vote. I'm probably never going to be registered to vote. This is the thing, man, and I have a whole video talking about this. If all of the presidents except two of them are related to each other, how is your vote mattering? You think you're just coincidentally voting in the same fucking bloodline, or do you think there's something else going on, man? And I'm gonna just leave it at that, because again, I got a whole video where I talk about this shit, but I'm not registered to vote, and I'm not gonna register to vote. There's no fucking point. You know, sheeple got this misconception that you can elect your leaders. Your leaders are chosen, the people that have the strongest and most dominating energy are gonna be your leaders. And you really don't have a say in it, because you're naturally going to follow the people that are stronger than you. You're naturally going to go to the men that you perceive to be more intelligent than you for knowledge. That's why some of you guys criticize me so much. Oh, you got to go to man for knowledge. The reason you want to go to men for knowledge is because you believe these men are above you. So you're always going to voluntarily put human beings that you believe are above you in the leading hierarchy positions. Now, some people think that's presidents, you know, but I mean, even outside of voting, I mean, you probably have a boss, you probably have a teacher, you know, you got somebody that, you know. So actually, I worded it incorrectly, because even though you're technically not electing your leaders, you're still voluntarily giving these men power over you because you believe they're above you. So shit, I fucking People think they're S tier as if the red pillars contained them in the bubble to shield them from the truth, but in reality, sheeple regress down. Exactly. Everybody's born at B tier because you're born already knowing the truth. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of red pillars, right? Has anybody ever seen babies or kindergartners struggle with girls? You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe my mom, man. My mom said that, because I have a cut, because, like, you know, I was in denial at the time that I liked blonde chicks, right? But at the time, my mom was saying that when I was like 4 years old, I was kissing my blonde cousin, right? And I'm like, Mom, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, right? And then she showed me picture evidence of me as a 4-year-old kissing my blonde cousin, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So, but that's what I'm saying, man. A 4 or 5-year-old, they don't know about the red pill. They don't know that women are supposed to be difficult to get on paper, right? They're just using their natural knowledge to make things happen. It's when these babies get older that they suddenly start overthinking things because society is telling them all this bullshit, and then they start struggling with girls, even though when they were too young to have a memory, they didn't have a fucking problem. So that's all I'm saying, man. You're born at B tier. You know what I'm saying? But society and all this bullshit regresses you down the ladder, like Kirby said. If you don't get it, you'll be stuck in an endless loop of this. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what the fuck I just said. Exactly, Simone. Have you talked about my question yet? I just joined. What was your question, Fana? Fana, I don't think you asked me a question, buddy. Yeah, whatever your question is, type it again, because I'm looking at the chat and I don't see a question from you. Yeah, risk it all to gain it all. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward if you succeed. DJYC, what do you think about the COVID-19 fiasco and the vaccine? Man, so it's funny you should ask, right? The laptop that I'm on right now, I got during like the first week of COVID, right? You know, I ordered it. You know, there was a website where you could build your laptop and they would actually get the parts and assemble it for you and then ship it to you. So that's what I did, right? So I went to go pick it up, but this is like the first week COVID started. And there was some fucking, I was about to go to jail for aggravated assault, man, because the dude that had my laptop, he was so fucking paranoid. I didn't have a mask on. He's like, get out, man, get out. COVID, man. I'm like, bro, if you don't give me my laptop, you're not going to have to worry about COVID. You're going to have to worry about getting the shit beat out of you. So he gave me my laptop. It's like, bro, man, you're worried about this COVID shit. You're about to catch an ass whooping. Give me my laptop, right? So now they shut everything down, right? Nobody had a job. Nobody had work. Well, I had an essential job, so I was still getting paid. And COVID, but to actually answer your question, man, COVID kind of proved everything that I've been saying for the last 5 years. You know, we had this virus that's weaker than the common cold, yet sheeple are so fucking scared. Sheeple are so fucking paranoid about everything that they complied. You know, a lot of people got their livelihoods ruined because they lost their jobs. A lot of rich people lost their fortune because they had to shut down their companies. A lot of people's lives got ruined because of COVID, and their lives would have been in a much better state if they didn't comply and saw that this was bullshit. And if the people unified together and realized that, hey, COVID has a fucking less than a 1% mortality rate, right? We shouldn't shut everything down. But unfortunately, that would require unity among the cattle, and cattle have no unity, you know. It's very easy to get the orcaloids to turn against each other. But that's essentially what I think about the whole COVID vaccine fiasco, Mr. High Level Thinker. It was a fucking joke, man. You know, it was nice being on the front lines because I was still in law enforcement at the time, so I got to directly watch, you know, the cattle panic over every little thing. You know, until this day, I haven't gotten any vaccines, so, and I haven't been sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm healthier than all the people that I know that got the vaccine. You know, 2 of my friends got the vaccine, and they get sick every month. So, you know, you think there's a coincidence? And then most of these videos got taken down, man, but there were videos of like when the vaccine first came out of people, they were able to stick like magnets on their body after they got the vaccine. Most of those videos are taken down now, but if you look hard enough, I'm sure you can find what I'm talking about. So, I mean, it's just crazy, man. Our ancestors never needed vaccines to fight off diseases, and our ancestors dealt with diseases far more powerful than COVID. They dealt with the bubonic plague. They dealt with crazy shit, man. They never needed any vaccines, yet the sheeple of today have been, and that's the thing though, there's not even just one COVID vaccine, right? Because back in the day when I was a kid, you only took one vaccine. There was like 4 different COVID vaccines you had to take and a booster shot. So it's like, it's crazy, man. But how do you get more meat out of a cow? How do you get more resources out of a cattle? You inject them with drugs, right? All right, I'm saying too much. I'm going to just leave it at that. That's what I think about the whole COVID fiasco. I think cutting off weak energy is the easiest part of rising in tears because you're losing and risking nothing. Well, Kirby, you're correct, but you got to understand, man, a lot of the cattle, they worship their attachment to the weak energy that they've attracted. They're afraid of going forward, so they don't cut these people off because they're afraid, oh, what if I failed and I'm left with nothing? So who the president is very helpful. Come on, Mr. High-Level Thinker. How are you going to name yourself High-Level Thinker, but you think who the president is important? Come on, bro. Come on, man. If anything happens to Trump, he'll just be replaced with another puppet. It's really not that big of a deal. Exactly, Steve. One of the jobs of the president is to get you to focus on crap that doesn't matter, so you're blind to all the things that does matter, so that you're blind to the changes as they happen in your everyday life. And by the time you notice the changes, it's too late to do anything about it. A friend told me he first kissed a girl in kindergarten, so no, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Kirby. Funny you should mention that too, because I didn't believe in Santa Claus when I was a kid. I was in kindergarten and I told everybody Santa wasn't real, and I got in trouble in class. I got sent home for telling the other kids Santa isn't real. And I didn't just stop there, right? I tried to find the presents because my parents, this was back when they were together, my parents hid the presents from me because they were trying to get me to buy into the Santa Claus bullshit, man. I found the fucking presents. They were video games. I started playing the video games while my parents were asleep. Keep in mind, I'm like 5 years old, man. My parents woke up, they saw I got into the presents, and they're just like, nah, whatever. Let him play his games early. Because they got the presents like a week before Christmas, right? So I got in trouble in class. I got in trouble in school for telling the other fucking cataloids that Santa Claus isn't real. And then when I found the fucking presents that my parents had, they just gave up and accepted their fate, right? So I was dating a chick in 2018. And she was telling me that when she was in middle school, most of the kids still believed in Santa Claus, man. And I'm just like, wow. That's crazy. But keep in mind, she also, she didn't start going to a regular school until high school. She was doing that homeschool shit in middle school. And then when she finished middle school, I guess because she realized that these people are something, she tried to go to public school. But then she learned in public school that it's the same shit. Well, I don't know. I've never met anybody in public high school. When I was in high school, nobody believed in Santa. When I was in middle school, nobody believed in Santa. Elementary school, 50-50, but you know. And but yeah though, let me just get to the fucking point. So it starts off with minor lies. This is why you can never trust somebody that lies to you, right? Your parents would be like, oh, it's a fun little joke, but it's preconditioning you to believe in religion afterwards and all this other bullshit. Because Santa Claus, it essentially is a religion. It's like a pre-religion, right? Because if they can get you to believe in that shit, they can get you to believe in anything. You know, but I was intelligent enough as a child to never, because it's like, it didn't even make any sense, right? We didn't even have a chimney. Well, like we had a chimney, but it didn't lead to anywhere in the house. So my little 5-year-old brain, I'm thinking, if he comes down the chimney, he's gonna get stuck. So the Santa Claus bullshit is bullshit. So I mean, it just didn't make any sense, man. I knew as a 5-year-old kid that truth doesn't contradict. So. Hey, what's up with you, Felix? Fanta, just ask your question again, man. I can't remember what you asked on the post off the top of my head. Exactly, high-level thinker. So you get the vaccine facade, but for whatever reason, you still think, you know, who the president is important. That's the thing too, Steve. It's like, remember how the world was shut down because of COVID and now nobody ever talks about it? It's crazy, right? It's almost like it was never a big deal in the first place. Santa used to be green, apparently. Oh, that's funny. Robert Kiyosaki's statement from Rich Dad Poor Dad book. Rich get trapped, they must keep working or they lose it all. Well, if a shark stops swimming, it dies. So you got to keep swimming, regardless of how rich or poor you are. Because if you stop swimming, so. Reminds me of a guy who refused to let us work on his house because of not wearing a mask. Yeah, I guess he didn't want a service provided to him then. He could have just fixed the problems to his house his own self if he was that fucking paranoid. Yeah, this Santa Claus shit has been around for a while. Originally designed to get children to condition children into blindly obeying authority, because if you blindly obey authority, you get rewarded by a fat guy who comes and gives you free stuff. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's a pre-religion. Because religion further conditions you to blindly obey authority. Yeah, that was probably the original steroid. And I can't pronounce your name. And vaccines are just like immunosteroids, which has a negative effect. Well, this is the thing, man. Sheep do realize it. They're just too afraid to say anything. You know, when you explore the internet, you find millions of posts of people saying that the vaccines harm you. They'll never talk about this in person or in public because they're afraid of public opinion. You know, a lot more people, it's different than it was 20 years ago, man. A lot of people are aware of what's going on. They're just too afraid to say anything about it. So, and they're also not able to hone in specifically to who is doing all of this, right? So, Onion Cutting Ninja. How would I be able to join your Discord? I've been watching for a while but don't really comment. Well, I've got a silly question for you. Why do you want to join my Discord? And the question was, what did you mean by saying the rule masters don't allow you to assist? Oh, right, that post. Yeah, I said that was going to require its own video. Let me read the rest of the comments first, and then I'll get to what you just said. Man, I'm telling you, Josh, people were getting stupid. People were getting dumber. Just to be in middle school and still believe in that shit, come on. But then again, you have grown adults that still believe that some fucking fairy tale created everything in 7 days, even though this shit is still being created. You know what I'm saying? The Tesla that I drive, you're telling me God created that 5,000 years ago when it didn't even exist 15 years ago? Come the fuck on, man. This phone model didn't even exist 10 years ago, but God, but whatever, man. I'm not gonna go into a tangent. So, Fanta, I'm gonna just say this, right? A major reason that I'm writing a book called Cattle Farm is because 100% of humans on the cattle farm, they're groomed towards a specific role. You know, it's funny because all these internet people are always talking about grooming, not realizing they've been groomed. You know what I'm saying? You ever wonder why most people act like NPCs? You ever wonder why you can turn on the TV and each character you see on the TV, there's like 50 other people in real life that match that character. Some even look just like the character. Ever wonder why you turn on a video game and some of the people look like people you know in real life and they act exactly the same? That's because you all have been conditioned for a specific role. Now, Cattle Farm, I'm specifically going to focus on how each race of people is groomed towards specific jobs and specific roles. But the main reason I said that 99% of the time, the people that do eventually make it to A tier is because they were allowed to make it to A tier. Now, that sounds absolutely ridiculous, and if you told me that 2 years ago, I would have said, because, you know, I wanted to believe that, you know, it was all me, right? But, you know, some shit happened to me in real life last year that, and I'm just like, wow, this is crazy, you know, so. Even when you think you got it all on your own, you know, you find out that you've been influenced as well. You know, what happened to me last year, man, in real life, you know, it made me think about the last 10 years of my life, and I saw a consistent pattern, you know. I'm going to kind of just leave it at that. I'm not going to go into specific details because, you know, specific details don't need to be said on video. But basically, now, I'm not saying that it's impossible because anything's possible. But it's very improbable You guys got to understand something, man. The game masters, those at the S tier, they have been the game masters for a very long time. They mastered and perfected this system time immemorial ago. It's gotten to the point to where when you start to learn, you go through certain people first. Now, it's still a free will decision. You know, even when these people try to mislead you, it's still your free will decision to be misled. But understand something, man, when you get to a certain level, regardless if you realize it or not, you're going through the same people. You know, and what happened to me last year in real life essentially verified that. So, when you start breaching certain tiers of knowledge and certain levels of natural law, you will be interacting with these people, even if you don't realize it until years later. So, now, again, I'm not saying that, like, it's mandatory 100% of the time, but the vast majority of people that go from B to A tier is because they were allowed to. You know, nothing was put in their path that was going to completely squander what they were supposed to achieve, if that makes sense. Because understand, Mr. Fana, you know, it's very easy to shut somebody down from ever getting to the next tier of knowledge. You know, it's also very easy to lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So it's very hard to explain because it's something that you got to see with your own eyes. But essentially, Fana, you know, you could be led to water, but nobody can force you to drink. So certain doors can be open to you, but it's up to you to walk through them. You know, that includes walking through the door to go to A tier, and that includes walking to the door to go down to D tier. So your free will still determines everything that happens to you. It also determines which types of influences you'll attract in your life. But understand something, man, everybody's been influenced, you know. What I saw last year in real life and what I saw 3 months ago, man, it all about verifies it, man. They've got eyes everywhere, even in places you think they don't have eyes. I'm gonna leave it at that, though, man. Hopefully that answers your question, Fana. And I know Two-Face is gonna see the stream. Oh, you're giving them too much free lunch again, man. And I know there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna hear what I just said. What the fuck, Chris? Give us specific details. If you get it, you get it, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. So. Because at the end of the day, man, you know, like the guy who asked if he can join my Discord, you know, why do you want to join my Discord? You know, do you want to join because you think you're going to get free lunch? Because if that's why you want to join, I hate to disappoint you, buddy, but we don't give away free lunch. You know, I've got very specific requirements to join my Discord. Requirements that, with all due respect, you probably don't meet. But tell me why you want to join, and, you know, let me at least see what type of person you are. But yeah, damn, man, I made everybody go quiet when I was talking about that. Hope I didn't intimidate y'all. Nah, it's nothing to be afraid of, though. You know, I mean, just look at it this way, right? If you are a king and your family has all of the power, you know, would you begin to allow strangers to get the same power as you? Probably not, unless they served a useful purpose to you in the future, right? That's all it is, man. Humans have reptilian brain because it's all about self-preservation at the end of the day. Yeah, he probably left Steve when he realized he probably isn't getting in. So, in the last 365 days, I've invited 2 people into the Discord and I've kicked 5 other people. So, my server is getting smaller. It's not getting bigger. And one of the guys that I invited, I kicked him prior because he was, you know, Yeah, he did something stupid, right? But you know, he figured something out. You know, I told him that if he could figure something out, I would let him back in. It took him a year to figure it out, but you know, I'm a man of my word. So I mean, yeah. So really, when you don't include people that were in the server before, I've only invited one person into my server in the last 365 days. So the chances of you getting in, man, is slim to none. But we'll see. And speak of the devil, look who just commented. By universal laws, are you referring to the laws that include the law of divine oneness, the law of attraction, the law of vibration, attraction, etc.? This is something that a lot of sheep will do, right? This is what I said in the first 10 minutes of the stream. Intelligent people simplify complicated things. Stupid people complicate simple things. I'm going to keep it simple. In real life, all of your actions have consequences. Some of your actions have multiple consequences, and some consequences are permanent and irreversible. Okay? This is 100% factually verifiable and is irrelevant to if you believe in it or not, or what your opinion of it is, or if you think it's moral or good or bad or right or wrong. That's universal law. 100% of your actions have consequences. It's as simple as that, man. Now, when you start getting into specifics, that's a different thing. But before you start getting into specifics, like, do you even know what oneness is? I'm not trying to fucking, you know, sound like I'm insulting your intelligence or anything, but this is what I mean, man. People use terminology that they don't even know what it is. They just heard it on the internet and it sounds cool, so they want to ask about it. And, you know, no offense to Prince Vial, or Vial, however the hell you say his name, because he's been around for a while, but come on, man. Come on, man. All universal law is, all natural law is, all of your actions have consequences. All of them. Even if people think otherwise. I mean, Discord, you know, Discord serves its purpose. You know, it's, you know, like the rest of life is all about, you know, what you make of it, right? Discord serves a purpose. That's why I use it, you know. Look at Felix. Felix is laughing at the guy. Hey Felix, I'm curious, man. Did your sister ever find my videos, or did you keep silent that I make content like she does? Oh man, if she saw these videos, bro, she would I don't know. It would be nice to see how she reacts to them, but nah. If she can't find them on her own, don't show them to him. Yo, just curious, is that your natural hair? Yeah, this is my hair. Okay, let me see if the camera's picking it up. Yeah, this is my hair. I don't wear wigs, man. This is all my hair. Nah, I said we both make content. Well, it's funny, Felix. As above, so below, man. We talk about the same topics. It's just a different tier of understanding. That's what's so ironic, man. Hey, look, it's Glenn. Felix, man, we still gotta get her and Glenn in the same call, man. We gotta we gotta see that chaos unfold, man. My instinct is telling me my inner voice is telling me after 5 minutes of being in the call with Glenn, she's gonna pop a blood vessel, man. That's how angry she's gonna get. If you guys think I have no filter, y'all should meet this Glenn guy, man. But nah, man, it's funny. 100 different people can talk about the same thing, and they'll all give you different content because there's different levels of understanding. So, you know, even in the A tier, there's a hierarchy. And yeah, Steve and Felix are bullying Glenn. Of course, Felix, because that's what women do, man. Women talk about people that they're interested in long after the conversation has ended. You know, they find a nice younger brother that they can blab and gossip to. I'm sure you understand how women are, Felix. Anyways, though, all that shit aside, that's just some side fun. If we can get Glenn in the same call with her and just watch the fire spark, then, you know, that's cool. But if it isn't meant to happen, it isn't meant to happen. But yeah, man, that's what the stream is about, man. They're the levels of understanding, the levels of comprehension. Because at the end of the day, everybody knows what's going on. It's just a matter of fully accepting what is going on. Now, the levels of understanding, you know, at the bottom level, sheeple think that it's some type of divine plan from God or his chosen ones. But at the higher levels, people realize that it's all us. You control everything that happens to you in life, even if you've been influenced by other people. So, but I digress. Does she check her Discord, Felix? If it's fine with you, I might say, hey, I got a friend that wants to meet you, and go from there. If you don't want to be in the middle of the chaos, I understand. Nah, I don't think that's a good idea. Cause I have a feeling Glenn would really. Glenn does this thing where he accidentally gives sheeple too much free lunch, man. While he's trying to antagonize people, every now and then he lets something important slip that he shouldn't let slip. Ain't that right, Mr. Glenn? Nah, shout out to Glenn though. I thrive off chaos. I want to be there. Hey, natural order is chaos after all. Gossiping is the most unhealthiest thing to do. Ultimate proof of silence and secrecy. You gotta understand, man, those at the lower level, they're always gossiping about what those above them are doing. You know, it's why people gossip about celebrities. It's why people gossip about presidents, right? Sheeple have been convinced that that's a level they can never get to, so they gossip about all the people that are in positions that they wish to have. So, but at the end of the day, there's no reason to gossip. Just get it done. Get the fuck up, take action, and start getting it done in real life. You feel me? A lot of people are texting me today, and I don't know why. Because I know these people don't watch my channel. Well, these people don't know I have a channel. Somebody was asking me for free lunch. Somebody who doesn't know I make content, they texted me and they were asking for free lunch yesterday. I politely told him to go and feed himself, right? So, but yeah, man, it doesn't seem like any of my usual criticizers joined this live stream. So, yeah, I think I've said all I needed to say for now. And if anybody has any further questions, feel free to type it in the comments when the stream goes live. So, I shall catch you guys in the next video. I don't know when that is because I got a lot of shit I need to do. Peace.